How's everyone doing today? CJ Halleck with CJHalleck.com. Sorry for hitting the mic. And digitalbag.com. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps to bulk install WordPress plugins that I use on every website. So it's just basically your core plugins. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop to it. Alright, so we are on our dashboard for our new website that we're building, and of course this one is pyroplex.com. It's a website I'm building for my wood burning side hustle thing. But anyway, so we're here. The one thing I want to kind of let you know is in plugins, you do see that red circle. That means there's an update for a plugin that you have installed, and unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, that doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead, and the reason why I'm doing this for two reasons. One, Akismet is an incredible anti-spam plugin, but you can only use it on you can only use it for free when you're doing not-for-profit websites, and since we're building one that's going to be for-profit and I don't want to sign up to one of their subscriptions, I'm going to go ahead and just cancel out. We're not going to use regular comments anyways. I'm going to use the Facebook comment system. So I don't need that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete. In bulk actions, after all plugins here are clicked, and click apply and click OK. And now that we've done that, the next thing we need to do is install all of our plugins. And the way we're going to do that, and let me back up to the dashboard so you guys can make sure you follow along. From the dashboard, you simply can come up here to new. Oh, nope, my bad. Come over to plugins and then come down under plugins and click on add new. And you're just hovering over plugins. If you click on it, you get the same option. It's an extra step. And if you click on it, you can also click the add new button up here at the top. So we're going to go ahead and click on add new. And then the search plugins field, we're going to type in WPFavs. And it's just WPFavs, and it's the WPFavs plugin manager. We're going to go ahead and install that now. We're going to click activate, and then we're going to click on settings. And this is where we're going to actually put in our quick key, and this will be in it's in both the blog post for this lesson as well as the description for this video on YouTube, so you guys can grab this key there. We're basically going to paste that in, and if you want to pause the video and write this down or type it in, you can do that. I would recommend going somewhere, going to YouTube or the lesson blog post and copying it though. Once you put it in, we're going to click on quick load, and it's going to go reach out to the server and grab the list of plugins. And it's the Blitz Challenge plugin list, so we're going to go ahead and click on run this list. And it's going to pull up all the plugins. Once all the plugins are pulled up, we're going to click on this box here to check all of the plugins, go to the bulk actions drop down, and click install and apply. This is going to install all the plugins. After we get them installed, the next step is going to be to activate the plugins, and these we're not going to be able we're able to, but we're not going to be doing all of the plugins, because there's some of these you may or may not need. For instance, you don't need, and this is the worst name for a plugin ever. Auto Optimize is how I say it. I know that's probably not how you say it, but this one right here, if you can, looking at the screen, you won't need that one if you're using like the HostJax Manage WordPress. It's one of the things you don't need there. Cloudflare is an amazing free DNS or CDN that will help you, as far as speed up your website speed and whatnot. But once again, you don't need that with the Managed WordPress, and then some of these like the compressed JPEG and PNG images, you don't need that. There we go, we're all installed, but you don't really need that if you start from scratch and make sure all your images are compressed and optimized for web and mobile view. So anyways, now that we have that done, we're going to come down and we're going to click on Return to WPFavs Installer. And then we're going to come through and select which ones we're actually going to use. Because we're building this on the cPanel, I am going to use Auto Optimize. black hole for bad bots. I'm not going to do Cloudflare. I'm going to actually do that as a completely separate video. Extra training in the update module after we get the Blitz Challenge launched, because that's something that if you follow along, you really don't need it, because we're building the website for speed and for mobile viewing and everything else. But I'm going to cover that anyways, just to maybe speed it up half a second or so. Same thing with the compressed images. You don't need. We do need the Elementor page builder activated for our future expiry header. Heartbeat control, insert headers and footers, short links, and Yoast SEO. So you're basically clicking on everything with the exception of Cloudflare and compressed JPEG and PNG images. You can click this box and select them all and then deselect these two this way as well. It's totally up to you. Now that we have all that done, we're going to come up here, take the drop down to activate, and click apply. This is just going to go through and activate all the plugins. It says all of them have been activated. Excuse me. And as you look through the list, everything has been activated. So all of your plugins are active, ready to roll. The next thing we need to do is to actually go through the different plugins and make sure everything's set up properly. So we're going to come to plugins, installed plugins. And it's going to have welcome to Elementor thing here. You can close that out. The next video we're going to do, excuse me, I don't know what's going on. My throat's drying up. Anyways, we're going to go in the next video and actually install the Elementor Pro plugin, which is one of the only other things that I have in the Blitz Challenge that you do have to buy. And of course, you can choose which one you want. If you're only doing one website, I think it's $50 per year. And that's for some elements that you'll need, like a menu and things to that nature on your website, and custom headers, footers. Like, there's a few things that they offer in Pro that they don't offer with the free version, and it will really help. So anyways, now I'm going to back out and go to installed plugins again. Here we go. All right. So the first thing is auto optimize, and we're going to basically just go down the list as it is in the plugins page. So I'm going to right click in settings and open a new tab so we can go in and do the settings for this. And we're going to start with HTML options. We're going to check this. We're going to optimize the JavaScript. We're going to optimize the CSS. The CDN options we're going to leave blank, or we're going to save changes in empty cache. And then we're going to come over to extra. We're going to leave as is for Google Fonts. We are going to optimize images on the fly. And on this one, we're going to actually do, and if you're curious, you can come in to test compression levels here. And this is an actual, like a test, but this is where it kind of explains each of the ones that, the options that you have as far as how it displays. So you can see the best option is lossy. And then, of course, glossy is going to be a little bit heavy, and this does just a small reduction in size for the lossless. So we're going to use lossy, and you can always come in here and put pictures in, and it'll kind of compare what sizes, so you know which one's best for you if you really want to. But we're going to come in here and click lossy, remove core emojis, remove query strings, save changes. And you can come to optimize more for some of their add-ons that they have, as far as like CDN, stuff like that. Right now, we're not going to do that. We are done with auto optimize. So we're going to come back to our plugins page, and we'll close that out. Black hole for bad bots. You don't need to do anything with that one. That's one of them easy ones that as soon as you activate it, it's ready to roll. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come down the list. Elementor, we won't be doing anything with that. Far future expiration plugin, we're going to actually come down to settings and open that in a new tab. And you don't have to open these in a new tab, it just helps me make sure this is open. So you're just clicking on far future expiry, and it'll pull you into this page. And then you're going to click on this. We're going to do 7 days, and we're going to check all of these boxes. And then we're going to enable gzip compression and click save. Now that you've done that, we are finished there. We're going to go down to the next plugin. There we go. Let's see, we're far future heartbeat control. So we're going to come in settings, heartbeat control settings, and we'll open that. And we're going to actually come in and change allow heartbeat to modify heartbeat. We're going to take the frequency all the way up to 300. We're going to check all three of those boxes and click Save Changes. This basically just helps load all the actions, and this is the best way I can word it, load all the actions that need to happen from all of the plugins in one, if you will, file, and it speeds it up and makes sure it doesn't cause any issues as far as loading time. But that's all we're doing for heartbeat control. Now let's go on down the list. Insert headers and footers, we won't be using that. Pretty links, won't be using that. WPFavs, we can go ahead and deactivate that plugin. And then we can come right back down here and delete that plugin. Since we have all of our plugins already installed, we don't need that one anymore. And then Yoast SEO, which is my personal preference for SEO plugins. So, I highly recommend that you keep this installed and activated. We are going to be going over, when it comes to putting up your first blog post and putting up the pages and stuff, we are going to kind of cover some of the SEO stuff as we go through all this. But as far as a complete walkthrough, I highly recommend that you just spend some time on Yoast's YouTube channel, get all the information you need there. But until we get to that, we're not going to touch anything on the plugin. And since we're all set up and ready to roll, I'll see you in the next video when we install and activate the Elementor Pro plugin. So if you guys have any questions moving forward, feel free to comment, shoot me a tweet, shoot me a DM on Instagram at CJ Halleck, or you can always shoot me an email, cj@cjhalleck.com. That being said, be great, stay boosted. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.